global content editor for Google, Nancy Correa.
Spark Post is one of the platforms that I definitely use, and Spark Video very often. It gives you the capability to add your logo. Here I'm going to add a fonts, graph, snippets, add the text. You can add music. It pretty much lays it out here.
What a difference to bring his business to life.
And it looks good. It looks like he's a graphic designer. It just makes it so much easier for me, gives me so much ideas, and those are the things that I am passionate about.
We have a very special guest with us here today. I am so proud to introduce you all today to global content editor for Google, Nancy Correa. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
It's Friday. It's
Hallelujah.
I know. I feel like from Monday to Thursday, I don't know what day it is, but when it's Friday, I know it's Friday.
You know it's Friday. Well, I'm so happy to have you here. I actually want to give your full, everything that you do, because it is so beyond impressive. So, am I pronouncing it right, Correa?
Correa, yeah.
Correa, yes, Nancy Correa. She's also the digital strategist for The Practice Space, which is a nonprofit community center for youth and adults to practice spoken performances, debates, and discussions. She also serves on the board and is the social media manager for the Embracing Latina Leadership Alliances. And she also serves as a volunteer for United Friends of Children, a nonprofit dedicated to bettering the lives of foster children. How are you doing all of this?
I don't know. I mean, you make time for what you want, right? There's always that. I think it's completely true. Yes, I make certain sacrifices. Like there's not much TV that I consume, or it'll be like Sundays versus, Monday through Saturday working nonstop, but it's possible. It's just making time for what you want, and those are the things that I am passionate about.
Absolutely. And I see a lot of nonprofits in your background, and anyone who's viewing today, we would love to hear where you're viewing from, and we would also love for you to shout out a small business or nonprofit that you would like us to give some shine to today, because we would love to support them, and I'm sure the audience that is also watching would love to do anything we can to send them our love, support, and patronize that business. So shout them out so that I can call them out here. But in the meantime, why don't we get started talking about the life of a busy entrepreneur? Don't you think that's a bit redundant? Busy entrepreneur, how are you not?
I agree, and that's why I was so excited to do this session, because one, as you just mentioned, I'm very involved in these small nonprofit organizations where they don't have the bandwidth to necessarily hire somebody just specifically to do graphic designing work, someone to specifically write copy, someone to actually strategize their digital and social platforms. It's like, I'm a digital strategist, but I wear all those hats as well.
Oh, absolutely.
For AYAS, Embracing Latina Leadership Alliances as well. So one of the things that I've used and I am totally passionate about is the products that Spark Post and Video offers, because it just makes it so much easier for me. It gives me so much ideas. I don't have to spend 30 minutes trying to figure out how I would want something to look. I go there, get inspiration, and it just kind of just streamlines everything. Makes it so much
the whole process. It's so great for everyone, yes, who is, if you are the founder of a company, you are likely the CEO, you're the marketing team, you're your advertising team, you're your tech support. So I'm excited for Nancy to show us today how we can streamline some of those hats and make life a little bit easier for all of you entrepreneurs and business owners out there.
Yes, I am very excited. I'm going to be sharing my screen here. One of the things that we're going to start off with is obviously Spark Post is one of the platforms that I definitely use, and Spark Video very often, and creating your own brand on there. So I think if you are a brand new user to any of these platforms, definitely start by adding your ingredients, your brand ingredients in there, and just work that magic, because I think that's definitely will save you a lot of time. So let me see here. I'm going to share my screen.
And I think brand ingredients is very much like a Spark community term that we use. And by brand ingredients, we mean your logo, your font, and your brand's colors, which are those indicators when somebody sees your brand, they know exactly who you are, what you're about, and probably what emotions you're trying to evoke from them.
Awesome. Okay, so here is spark.adobe.com. And one of the features that you can utilize here when you log in, directly go to your brands. So when you go to brands here, this is where it'll let you set up and add, like you mentioned, all of those brand ingredients that you need. So that way you get that out of the way and you don't worry about adding those colors to any templates whenever down the line you want to use them. So here, for instance, I have obviously the brand for AYES, which is Embracing Latina Leadership Alliances, one of the nonprofits I work for. I serve on the board, the practice space. And this one is going to be the little case study that I have that my cousin just launched his own car detailing business called Bubble Blue Detail. So I'm gonna start from scratch and creating a brand. So you'll see this here. This is create a brand. And I think I'm going to just recreate my cousin's Bubble Blue Detail business. Okay. But it's very simple. Add your brand. So here it gives you the capability to add your logo. One of the really nice things that in Spark Post, as you know, you're able to, if you do not have a logo as a small business, nonprofit, and starting entrepreneur, this platform also gives you the capability to create and customize a logo from preset templates. In this case, we already have some logo set up, so I will add that on here. So I am adding the Bubble Blue Detail logo. And that, as you can see on this side of the screen, it already showcases how that logo will stand out in some of those templates. So that gives you an idea. And if you have more than one logo, you can always go in there and add that as well. So you can add if you have more than one, you can upload them here. Your colors. So my cousin just started his Bubble Blue business. So he's very into the blue colors. Obviously, if you have an HEX or RGB number, you can always add that in here. In his case, he just started, he knows that he likes blue. So we're gonna go in there and add this blue. You can always move this around if you want to experiment and check any other colors. But in this case, I'm going to stick with this darker blue here. And you can add as many colors that your brand already has as well. And let me go back here and see if I can. And okay, so I just switched it to the black background and the white font. And here, if you have a particular font that goes with your business, you can either upload it or also select from any of the presets that Spark Post offers already. So this is really cool. I'm gonna put add fonts just because I had downloaded some fonts. But like I mentioned, if you don't have necessarily, if you're starting, you're getting an idea, you're experimenting, you want to kind of play around because you have a vision, but you don't necessarily still have a logo or the colors, this is the area where you can experiment and you could see how that would look. So here I'm going to add a font that I downloaded yesterday. So it gives you that capability as well, which is really nice. So I go here to font. And I go here and I'm going to add Anton. So just check this off. It gives you a preview of how that font would look. And those are your ingredients, your basic brand ingredients that you add on there. And you can see here how that would look with any template that you would like to utilize. One last thing it tells you, a brand name. So I'm going to name this Bubble Blue Detail. And I'm going to create my brand. Let's click next. Detail and create my brand. Listen again. Okay, well, you know, this is live. We always have some tech difficulties. There's a lot of things going on, but I do have so this is one of the things I wanted to showcase, that once you've created your brand. Let me go back because I had already created his. It's I just wanted to really walk through these initial steps with everybody to see. But if I go into my brands, I already have them right here. And these are the other logos that I had already uploaded. So like I mentioned, it gives you like various options. If you have more than one logo, you can definitely upload that. If you have more than one color, you can upload that. Your fonts, gives you the previews here. It shows you the layout of how it would look, like different themes, and how your logo would look as an end card for the content that you create.
Yes.
So it's really nice because you go in there, and if you want to play around, you want to add more colors. Let's say down the line, you say, okay, now I feel like my business can add some purple colors in there. Then you can go in there and this plus sign, and you can just add that purple color that you want. So it's a great way just to come in here and explore and see these different options, and it makes it very, very simple. So my cousin, like I mentioned, he came to me and we were discussing about creating, he has all these videos that I think I told you about this, that his 8-year-old son shot, and pictures that he would take. And he was just kind of posting them, and he was trying to figure out how to really promote his business out there. And I will show, so he came to me with all of these pictures, and I'll try to share see if I can share my phone screen here. So one of the nice things also, since I'm going to transfer and try to share my phone screen, if my computer lets me, it's that once you set up your brand here on your desktop, you can also, that automatically syncs to your app. So whenever you're on the road, you're not necessarily carrying around your computer. You know, my cousin in this case, that he's car detailing business, he's out and about. Sometimes they bring the cars to him. Sometimes he goes to the customers. So if he wants to create a quick branded post on the spot, he can do that just from his phone. So that's a really convenient thing as well.
I feel like the phone is such an important tool for the modern entrepreneur.
So let's see, I stopped that share. I'm going to try to, yeah, especially because nobody has access. You normally don't get back home to a computer until the end of the day.
No, and I'll highlight a couple of points that you came across as you were going through setting up your brand while you get your phone screen set up. Custom fonts, that was a new feature that we added last year. So we had designated fonts in the Adobe Spark app, but now, oh, we're here. We'll come back to that later. Yes.
Yes, so, okay. So this was his initial layout that he was utilizing to promote his Bubble Blue detail business.
Amazing.
I just thought, okay, let's use Adobe Spark Video to create with all the video content that your 9-year-old son shot and your pictures that you've taken with your iPhone, and let's get creative. So this is the video that we created, and let's see if I am able. Can you guys hear the audio? Okay, so I'm gonna play it from the start, and at the end, I'm gonna showcase what are some of the elements that I used here.
Very nice. Now, can we go back? Can you show us the original design that he had?
Of course.
Like, what a difference to bring his business to life online visually for us to see. And I already told you yesterday when we were talking, I need to hit him up because I need to get my mom's car in the Bay detailed. It just really made it a whole experience as opposed to, you know,
Right. Yeah, just a flyer, and a lot of the video was all of this raw video that he sent me with pictures, and I would just grab snippets, add the text, use the theme that Adobe Spark Video created for me. I played around with the font. That's one of the capabilities that it gives you as well, is that you can use, I'm gonna open it's syncing the project here, but you can add music. That's the other thing. You can add music, and they have preset like music already uploaded there on a Spark Video. But if you have your own music that you've created or that you have the rights to, or there's all these royalty-free music libraries online, you can always as well upload that music on there. So, and it pretty much lays it out here. So you can go in there, and you can edit from the phone, like I mentioned. If you want this clip to be a little bit longer, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, you can do that.
Nice.
So it just, I just love the fact that, one, it integrated all of the branding. So you see the logo there in the corner. You're able to, like we mentioned, if you're not able to get to your desktop, you can just do it from your phone. And it adds the fonts that we had already uploaded in this particular brand, and it adds the logo that I want. So it just makes it so easy. And that is one of the things that you can do, as well as I was playing around with this. Let's go to, so that is what setting up your brand, all your ingredients can do. It's that definitely once you start, you set it up on your desktop, that automatically syncs to your apps. And here I'm going to showcase how perhaps I want to work on a graphic that I want to post something that's coronavirus related to the AS platform. And I love, one, that this content is already there for me to, I don't have to start from scratch. And I love the capability of being able to remix this template. So that's another thing that I really love. So I click remix this template, and here in the bottom, you see where it says brand. I can switch the brand to what I want it to be. In this case, I want it to be AS. But if I were to want the brand to be the Bubble Blue Detail, I can select that. Or the Practice Space, the other nonprofit I work for, I can select that. This case, I'll leave AS, and I'll click the magic button that says Brandify, and it automatically picks those colors. I can always, I click done here. If I want this to be smaller, if I want to move it, you can do that from your phone. But this is pretty much how I would want mine to look. If you want to adjust it a little bit, or the edit, you can do that all from here. But what I wanted to show is how easy it is to select a preset template and add your brand ingredients to it, and just kind of change those colors. So I'll showcase by switching the brand how this would look with the practice space colors. And you can click on, and it already has the font. In this case, we use the Sketchkit font, but I can always continue to click on the Brandify button, and it'll automatically do the remix of colors. And I don't even have to think about how this would look with this, or this background, or this particular font. It automatically gives me those ideas. And let's say I like this one, I just click done. And let's say, you know what, I can save it, and it lets me, okay, I already created this for the practice space. Now I want to do the same thing for Bubble Blue Detailing. So I go and I pick the other brand. So it just saves you so much time. If you're managing multiple small little businesses, whether it's nonprofits, your own personal business, and you have multiple, you can use that Brandify button, and you want to showcase that kind of same content throughout all those platforms, you can do so. So I really love this feature and how easy it is. I'm gonna go back to AS.
We have a comment from Raj McCanum. He said he duplicated that template for a coronavirus poster as well. So thanks. Yeah, I saw the number when you pulled up the template that we have over 26,000 remixes on it. So that shout out to our design team, and they've turned that content around so quickly as soon as we got wind of what was happening to provide some useful content for our community that way. So I'm glad to see between the numbers and between Raj and you that you guys are really able to use it and help spread good information.
Right. And the other quick thing that I wanted to showcase is that perhaps you want to use the same layout for, if it's for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever the case may be, you can go into the resize section, and it just makes it so easy. And let's say this is the perfect size for me that I would want to share. The other thing is that you go up here and it lets you, well, one I'm going to save it, but you can share directly from here. So it shows right there, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
The big three.
If I want to, let's say, share this on my Instagram, it automatically takes me there.
And it gives you the option to upload to your feed or your story.
Yeah. So it just makes it so convenient, because it's like from there, you don't have to necessarily, obviously I would need to resize it to fit here. You don't have to necessarily get out of here or download and then go to that Instagram, Facebook, Twitter app, go to your photos and upload. You can just do it straight from the Spark Post app. And one of the things I wanted to mention also is that when you're editing and you resize, sometimes because of the content is already there preset, sometimes it can shift a little bit, but for instance, this title here, you can always just move it and center it and fix it yourself very quickly.
Yeah.
And then from there, obviously now I can click done, and I go back, I open my Instagram, and I can share it as a story. It's just so easy.
Easy. Raj added another comment that he also shares this design for 3 other companies as a favor. So it sounds like you busy entrepreneurs are also working with multiple other companies that need this type of content, and just looking at you quickly switch back and forth between brands and able to update the colors. I've never seen anything like that.
Right. Yeah, no, it's super easy. And
from your phone.
From my phone. And one of the things that I really love is that once you set up all of your brand ingredients on the desktop version, it'll automatically sync that into your post, your video, and your page apps on your phone. So you don't have to like sit down and invest more time in adding all of those ingredients per app. Imagine having to do that.
Oh my gosh. Because I think the thing that's hard about being an entrepreneur or business owner is that there's so many steps with every single hat that you wear. And so cutting out any of those steps is always so helpful. So that sounds like this is exactly what you've been able to take advantage of with Adobe Spark.
Yeah, this is another quick little video that's still under construction, as I would say. It's for AES. I kind of grabbed a little bit of snapshot. This is again all just phone footage, but I will play this really quickly. But again, this one I did it from here from my phone, and because I had a lot of the footage on my phone, but
Oh, that looks pretty sweet.
and
so
this,
simple, so beautiful.
yes, and this the music was from Spark Video. And once again, this is an example of things that you're perhaps there and at an event in the moment, you're recording and you need to upload. You can't just wait. Let's say the event is at 10 a.m. and at 7 p.m. post something about it. You have to be quick. You have to be instant in the moment. So all of this footage is straight from the phone, and you can grab it there from your cell phone and just plug something in. And if you already had your brand ingredients set up beforehand. You just kind of brandify it and make it yours and just go straight to posting.
And I'm just thinking too, like that saves money on like hiring a videographer. And then it also saves time because then of course, like if you do have the funds to hire like a great videographer, then you do have to wait for those file transfers usually. And then that does cut down on that time to communicate, especially across social media where things happen so quickly. And it's best to communicate as the event is happening so that you can engage with people that are there and maybe that want to be there, that want to feel like they are there. So it just cuts down on so much of that in between time.
Yeah, it cuts down, like I mentioned, if you're not necessarily a designer, you don't have to stress about, oh my God, how I'm going to make this look pretty and add my brand to it. You just really grab from all the templates that they offer, and you can do a quick search as well. So I was looking at logos earlier. So like I mentioned, if you don't necessarily have a logo, they give you a bunch of ideas here where if you like something, you can go in there and you can just brandify it.
Nice.
Yes. And so
and another great feature to create a logo would be the icons that are available from Noun Project for free. So they're free for commercial use. So your business is absolutely welcome to use it, make money off of it, and no credit is necessary.
Right. Yeah. And if you want to specifically look for something in particular, let's say, like I mentioned, my cousin's business Bubble Blue, I can just put a car wash. And I'm gonna get a bunch of presets.
Oh my gosh.
Play around and just brandify it with his font, his colors, his logo, and publish something. And it looks good. It looks like he's a graphic designer.
Or his business is just doing so well that he's got all this money to hire an expensive graphic designer and a social media manager. And it's like, that's not true, but it looks like it. And that's the point.
Yeah. So that's what I love. And like I mentioned, it just facilitates the idea of having to step out of this app and publish directly from the apps. You can just do it from here. So it's easier.
Well, we're getting close on time. If anyone's got any other burning questions, now is the time to ask Nancy or myself. Raj did have another question if we can add Google My Business template size. So here's the thing. There's going to be a new social platform invented tomorrow, I promise you, or next week, and then the month after that. Spark gives you the ability to type in and make custom size templates, whatever size you need. Spark has the ability to help you to make that. So we do have some preset sizes, of course, for the most popular size images that go out on social media. But in case our design team isn't able to like whip that around, you still have the ability to create that size for yourself and probably just add that to your brand and make sure that you have that template available for use if you know that that's the platform that you're going to be communicating on primarily.
Right. And I'm just kind of showcasing here on the phone screen all the different resizing options that you guys have. It's a lot.
Yeah, there are a lot already. So yeah, and then that can start to get overwhelming if we add every social platform that exists and every size that's available on that platform. So we do try to make it so that the most useful ones are there.
That custom.
There it is.
So if you don't find something that you're looking for, you enter your custom with height and it'll create it for you.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for today. Thank you so much, Nancy. This was so helpful. One of the main questions we do get is asking about how to set up your brand and where to do these elements that you've just described. So this was thorough and so helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. And I really do hope so that more small businesses, nonprofit organizations, those starting entrepreneurs do not get discouraged that you see all this beautiful content out there and you're like, we are 2 people on our team.
Yeah, you can do it and you're not alone.
Exactly. That's how those other businesses are probably doing it as well. So
even big businesses can find themselves with, everyone has octopus arms, like I like to call it.
But thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
Absolutely.
This talk helped a lot of those starting entrepreneurs, nonprofits, and small businesses.
Excellent. Thank you all and be well.
Likewise.
Bye.